up, my three nostalgic friends? This is the first episode of our podcast.
Yes.
Who are
I'm
we
quite
here with
excited.
today? Who are we here with today?
You go first. You're the one who started.
All right.
Okay, I am Matthew Jackman. Yeah, I'm the one who wanted to start this. Everyone tagged along. They wanted to join as well, and we all thought it would be a great idea. So,
I'm Tyler Reggio, and I thought it was a really good idea. You know, I always wanted to do a podcast. I was like, what must it feel like to be in a podcast? You know, I finally get to be a part of it. So hopefully this podcast goes really well, which it will. So
Yeah. I'm Aidan Reggio. I'm Tyler's brother. So basically, the three of us, we've been really good friends since preschool, and we all like the same things. We see movies together, and that's what this podcast is mostly about. Is mainly Marvel and DC, but also other things along the way. Um, and if this is the first video you're watching from our channel here, we make movies also. It's called MTA Movies. Now it's called MTA Studios, but I really recommend watching those because they're awesome. They start off pretty okay, but I swear they get better.
it
You
gets
go
better
see
by
you,
2022.
yeah, you can see the growth throughout the videos or the films,
Right.
whatever you want to call them.
And if you've been with us since the beginning, then you're a real one.
Welcome.
Yeah, welcome.
Welcome
This
back.
is a test run. This is a test run for our podcast here.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, again, there's gonna be mistakes, but we'll learn from them. We'll learn from them. So I guess we just get started. And as you can see up here, we have Five Nights at Freddy's that came out last week on October 27th. I personally have watched it myself. I don't know if you guys have, but I've been a long fan of the series since like all the games came out, and back in like fifth grade, I remember for me at least. I don't know about for you guys, but it's been a long time.
I remember Five Nights at Freddy's was definitely like one of the top things in when I was in fifth grade as well. I never played it, but I've seen other people play it. I've never understood the concept of the game. So going into this movie, I had no idea what to expect or like how scary it was gonna be. Um, when I started watching it, the movie was not scary to me. It was more just goofy, you
Hmm.
know. And
yeah.
I think it was aimed for like kids that are
It was for
12
money,
under
more
mainly.
money.
Yeah.
So, for me, I never really grew up with this. I've definitely heard about it, and I know it's scarier in the games. We did see this. Um, the one that really would have enjoyed it more out of me and Tyler. We have a younger brother named Noah who's also stars in some of our movies that we make. He was really scared of this for like 8 years, so this was really nostalgic for him just because. But for me, I wish they went a little more scarier. I wish they would have made this rated R.
Yeah, I
But I
agree.
do understand the money side. Yeah, I do understand the money side. Um, yeah, so it definitely just exists. Not as good as that Mario movie. Got a poster up there. Um, yeah, that's it.
Here's
That
one
is
thing
it.
I have to say about this movie is I do agree. I think it should have been rated R, and I don't think the money thing was a problem, honestly, because their generation of making these games was us as little kids. That's when we played it, so they should have realized that they grew
Yeah,
up
we're all
and we're old enough to like watch
Yeah,
these kind of movies, and like some of the scenes that I've known, like the screen lock scene, that was kind of a letdown in my opinion. Just because there's such a big impact on the games and like all the everything for everyone. Everyone just wanted to see William Afton just get locked up in the suit and just see blood everywhere because that's basically what it is. And I honestly think that it would have been better if that was how it went and if it should have been rated R and stuff too.
For
Yeah.
me, when I was watching it, I definitely was not looking for spots like that because one, I didn't play the games, so I had no idea what was an Easter egg, what wasn't an Easter egg, what's
Yeah,
new,
same for me.
what's
Yeah.
what's part of the game. So for me, this I was watching it as if it was a standalone movie. Like, so I thought it wasn't bad, not at all. It wasn't bad at
Hmm.
all. This is coming
Yeah.
from a guy who has never played the games though.
Hmm.
But as a
Yeah.
standalone movie, I think it did pretty good.
Yeah. I think that it definitely had some mixed reviews. For me, I think it just kind of exists. If
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. Just because same with Tyler, I didn't grow up with it or anything. Um,
Well, I thought you
I
were just
do,
saying like I just exist. Same with Tyler.
no,
He
no,
exists.
no.
I was
Yeah,
like, what?
Tyler just exists,
That's
didn't
messed up.
really
That's your
grow up
own
with
brother.
him.
Yeah.
But no,
What do you,
yeah, there's not too much for me to say about this just because, I wasn't super excited for this like I was for the Mario movie. And I didn't really get all of the references. I didn't even know that a YouTuber was in the movie until later. The guy at the
yeah, wasn't it at the
restaurant.
It was at
very
the beginning.
beginning?
It was the very beginning, and then
Yeah.
also the taxi driver with Golden Freddy in it. He was
Yeah.
also
Oh,
a
I didn't
YouTuber.
know any of them. I had no
And
What
idea.
was
the
his
first,
name? Matt something?
I don't know, but you know who Markiplier is?
Yes, I
No,
do.
I've never
Yeah.
watched him.
He was supposed to be in the movie, but their schedules the schedules conflicted because he was also making his own movie at the time. He was supposed to be the
Oh,
first. He
okay.
was supposed to be that bodyguard or the night guard in the first act of the movie, like that first part, the one that
Oh,
died.
really?
Yeah, he was supposed to be that or that night
Oh,
guard.
Maybe I know that there's a sequel coming out. There's
Yeah,
definitely a
there's
sequel. Yeah.
there is a sequel. It made 100 like I think about 130 million in the box office, surprisingly,
It made
because
more on
did it?
opening day than the Mario movie did.
Yeah, because it got released on Peacock right away too, so that's kind of surprising. Because I don't
Yeah.
know about you guys, but I did watch it on Peacock because I don't know where movie theater is around me, but I don't know if I could possibly find one, but it
I
was also just seemed like I watched at Peacock was right there, so
I also we also watched it on Peacock as well. So
yeah.
Yeah. I just didn't think it was worth going to the theater to see for me because for me, going to the theater is for seeing stuff that's big now, like
Hmm.
stuff like Marvel and stuff. Like it's I'll see every Marvel movie in the theater. It could look terrible. I'll still see it, but for this, I didn't grow up with it. I wasn't super excited, but it
Yeah.
definitely exists.
Yeah.
All right. That's all I got to say about the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. Overall, good.
I got a few more things to add. Yeah, I mean the Finances Freddy's movie. I know they're making the sequels and stuff. I hope they are R-rated at least, so that way they can explore the universe and how it really should be. Because I honestly watched a game theory. I don't know if that's his name on YouTube, but I watched like the theory or like everything. I watched the whole timeline on the FNAF storyline, and so it all makes sense to me because I'm just interested in the story. Because it's actually very intriguing how William Afton becomes a murderer and gets these animatronics and stuff. And
Yeah.
I just don't want the movies to stop exploring that story and like make it their own thing because the games are what made Five Nights at Freddy's popular and relevant, and the story behind it was also what made it relevant. So I hope they stick to it and make it in like an action movie so people can see it because it's a really intriguing story to say the least. That's why it
you
made
can
so
take
much
the
money.
story out of the game, but you can't take the game out of the story.
Exactly. Exactly.
Alrighty. Next we have the whole new reboot of the DC universe, James Gunn's DC universe. It seems like it's all over the place at this point. I know that they're coming out with Aquaman 2. That's not part of this. I really don't think it's going to make that much money. Just because it's not really part of it. I've seen the trailer. Looks all right. I love the first one. The first one was really good. But I'm just curious to see how this is going to go, because it seems like they're going through a lot of conflict, a lot of casting and stuff. Like, and I know that they're starting this whole thing off with an animated series, and then their first movie is going to be Superman Legacy, which is supposed to be a take on a younger version of Superman. So, just curious how that's going to play out.
Yeah,
So-
I couldn't agree with that. You want to add something, Tyler? First, you can go ahead.
I'm just confused why they're making an Aquaman 2 when it's not going to be a part of the
It's
DC.
because there's they already made it. They already spent money to release it, so they're just releasing it as like a
Yeah.
final thing.
Yeah, they need to make some
Alright.
money back. So, but yeah, that would be the last movie in the DCEU. The DCU will start out with the animated show, like you said, and are bringing back some of the characters from the DCEU, like Blue Beetle. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he's gonna be playing the character again. Same goes for Peacemaker, John Cena. All like the Peacemaker cast. They're gonna be playing that.
So Blue Beetle did kick off this, right? That was the first movie.
No. That was still in the DCEU. It was.
Really?
I
Oh,
thought
I
that,
thought
I heard. I honestly don't know. I heard that it could have been the start of it, but it's like a. It's like a. I don't think it. Maybe not.
Do you
It's
think they're
kind.
going to keep the same story? Like,
Yeah. I
it's
mean,
very confusing.
what's it called? The DCU is like a soft reboot, so they're keeping some of the characters, not keeping the characters. Like they recast Superman with that one guy. Henry Cavill's not coming back. The Rock has Black Adam most likely won't be coming back. They are also recasting Black or not. They're recasting Wonder Woman, I should say. I was gonna
And
say
what
Black
about
Widow, but
Shazam?
Shazam. That's. I think
we
they.
don't know about all the characters, but
No,
yeah.
no, we don't yet. But they are. Or he. I think he finished writing the script for Superman Legacy. I don't know yet though. Honestly.
Well, I'm still excited. I'm very intrigued and interested to see what James Gunn has in store when he's directing the DCU. So
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, you saw his Guardians of the Galaxy movies and how successful
Yeah,
that
I heard
trilogy
Guardians of
was.
the Galaxy. What else did he?
He
I
made
think he
Peacemaker.
directed
Suicide
something
Squad.
else.
He made the Suicide Squad and Peacemaker too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those
So,
are
yeah.
good. I think I think it's going to go good. I have faith in him. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
I hope it goes good too because I mean, I think they need a win in that universe, and they had a few like the Suicide Squad and Peacemaker. I personally love Peacemaker, one of my favorite shows that I've watched. Honestly, great story, great cast, all makes sense. Everything just flows well in that show.
Yep.
Yeah, that's all I got about that. I know more about Marvel than DC at this point. So,
Same. Except I think I know more about DC than X-Men though.
Oh,
X-Men. X-Men is Marvel, you poop head.
No, I know. I know more about Marvel than DC, but when it comes to X-Men in Marvel, then I would know more about DC than X-Men.
Okay, so you don't know that much
But
about
overall,
X-Men?
I know about Marvel more.
Yeah.
Gotta think bigger picture, guys.
Well, I mean, a lot of people know more about Marvel too, just because of how successful they have been.
Yeah.
But I think that might lead us into our next topic, to
All
say
right.
the least.
Yep.
Now we got Gen V, which very, very unique show to say the least.
Yep. I love it. I love it.
It's so. What I like about this show is like, I don't know who's directing it, but whoever is, they're certainly not afraid to take chances in putting a lot of new and unique things in the show. They it's about these kids who go to this college. It turned in the if you haven't watched the show yet, there are spoilers ahead. So
Yeah,
um,
spoiler warning.
just you've been warned. But it's about these kids who go to college or quote unquote college, and it's a school for
Gifted
superheroes
youngsters.
that have powers, and they have compound V in their blood, and they all have different kinds of powers. And what I like about it is they didn't just put like your average powers, right? Like, oh, like flight, super speed, super strength. No, they took it way outside the box. We got someone who can control blood. Someone's um someone can literally switch genders if like as they please. So and other powers that are so unique. And I think I like how they didn't just go with the average superpowers. Um, any of you guys have anything to add?
Yeah, I mean, it's a very unique show. It's honestly it's a one of a kind. I honestly like it a lot. I can compare it to The Boys. The Boys and Gen V are honestly at that same tier of like craziness and like story wise too. Because I love them both. They're both some of my favorite shows now. And they really don't hold back in anything. They show a lot of stuff. They show more than you would think they would show in
Oh
any
yeah, that's for
show
sure.
slash movie or anything.
Yes. Even
Um,
adults can have to shut their eyes at some point.
yeah, for real. I mean,
That's what I'm talking about. These guys are not they're not afraid. The directors and everybody who worked on this show are not afraid to show things. They're not afraid to do anything.
no, they're not afraid to
Yeah.
go outside the box, which is cool and unique, honestly. And that's why the powers are cool as well. Especially with what's his name? Is his name Jackson? Or no, it's not Jackson. It's the shapeshifter, or not shapeshifter, but the one that can switch genders. I forgot what their name was.
I don't
Jordan.
know.
Jordan, yeah, Jordan.
Jordan, right?
Jordan is a very unique character to say the least. They can switch between genders, and one gender, like the boy, he can't get hit or anything. He's like a juggernaut in a way. If you touch him, or like if you try to punch him, he won't move or anything. And he's very strong. And then with the girl, she has a blast that can just shoot you across the world and just in the like a far away. And I think that's a very unique character. It's a very unique way of telling a super
Right.
person, and um like how do I explain that? It's just a weird way to it's a very weird and unique way of showing a superhero in a way.
I think
Yeah.
this show
Um, yeah.
is I think this show is the most accurate when it comes to if superheroes are a thing in real life, like in the real world. This I think this show is so accurate because they deal with real world problems at the same time. Aiden, you got anything to add? You were gonna say
I
something.
was actually just about to say what you were saying. So me and Tyler, we watch these all together. If you guys don't know, we go to the same college. We're in the same room. We are currently in the same
Whoa,
apartment room.
hey, what do you
What do you
mean by
mean by
that?
that?
What do you mean by that? That's jokes,
Oh
just
my
jokes,
gosh.
just jokes.
Just jokes, everyone. Just jokes.
Cut that out.
Not joking that we're in the same apartment building. But anyway, we watch this show every Thursday whenever we can find a time. And what we always say is that yes, it seems the most realistic to if real people in the real world got superpowers, it shows a dark aspect to the superhero world. Because like if you watch Marvel, DC, whatever, um, they're all like, oh, I got to save the world, and they just go and save the world and stuff. Some of these people, they like these aren't let's save the world. Like you have people like I'm just gonna go to the boys for a second because I love the boys. I prefer it more than Gen V, but Gen V is still good.
I got an
Like,
argument for that.
okay, go ahead, shoot. What are you saying?
I honestly think Gen V is a tad bit better than the
No,
boys after this
no,
first
no,
season.
no, no,
I
no,
do.
no.
It's wild to say, but I adored the show and I thought it was amazing. I thought that it it exceeded all of my expectations.
I think they're picking up on
My
Tyler's
one of my
microphone.
roommates, Nathan, is just
Our roommate is
screaming.
playing Fortnite.
He's just screaming.
Anyway, we're gonna have to deal with
Okay,
this.
what? So
Keep going, Matthew.
wait, are you
Okay.
saying that
I
you?
I kind of prefer Gen V. This first season just blew my expectations away, and like the same went
Oh, for
with
sure.
same went with the boys, but the first season of the boys was good. That's saying that it's not saying that
You-
the boys also had 3 seasons. They have 3 seasons. I love the boys. I love the boys. I just think at this point in time, Gen V is just a tad bit better because they have a lot to explore in the story, and it also since I don't know, I know you guys haven't seen the last episode yet. I don't want to spoil anything for that, but it also connects to the next season for the boys, which you guys will see once you
Yeah,
watch it. Once you
I
watch,
know
once you
that.
guys watch
I
it,
It goes right into the next season of The
yeah.
Boys. I know
I
that.
actually have a question for the both of you.
Okay.
Well, mostly Matthew because he favors Gen V over the boys. But would you guys would you say it's also because Matthew, would you say that maybe you relate to one of the characters, or is there like any way that a simple viewer can relate to any of this?
Yeah, I think honestly, it is that is the thing. Since we're all in college, the show is very relatable to all of us, in a way, to say the least. The show it connects with all of us because they're in college. They do the same thing we do, and they have to go through the same stuff that we go through. So it's very relatable in that sense. It's just not relatable that we have superpowers or anything like that.
Right.
They have to
Yeah.
like they're trying to
I
get, for example, they're the main character she's trying to get into the fighting. I forgot what it was called, but she's trying to get into like the main. She's trying to get in the top 10 of the thing, and she wants to join like that school part. So, but she isn't accepted right away. And same can go for like all of us. Like for our business school, there's like a you gotta you gotta apply for the business school, and then if you don't get it right away, you're not gonna be able to you got to wait like another year and stuff. Hey, and I see you laughing down there. Stop making fun of me, okay? Okay, I see you. I see you laughing.
Comment on the
Gosh,
screen, you poop head.
For
Anyway,
me,
I'm trying to clear my vocal cords here, okay? I'm trying to explain this to the best of my abilities.
yeah.
okay.
For me, it's like, for me personally, it's very, I mean, the only thing I can relate to is being in college. It's very, because when I watch a movie or a show or any kind of film, I try to see if I can relate to one of the characters. And if I can, then it's most likely that that character is my favorite character because
Yeah.
I relate to that person. In this show, it's hard to relate to one of the characters for me because it's just so different. But you can find a way to relate to it as a whole. But picking one particular person is tough because of how unique this show is. But that's just my personal take. You
Yeah.
know, everybody's different. You know,
Yeah.
there's probably thousands of people out there that are like, oh yeah, I can easily relate to the main character or some other person in that group.
Yeah, for
I
example,
would just
or you go,
no.
you go.
Wait, whoa, 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 whoa,
I was,
whoa! I'm not making
hey,
my party argument here.
hey,
Hold the phone here,
hey,
Mr.
hey,
State Boy.
hey, I was handing you the mic. I was handing you the
Oh, you
mic.
were?
Okay,
Okay.
I was
I
okay. I was
respect it.
I was about to stop myself, but then you just had to rudely come at me for no
Oh,
reason. Like,
whoa.
my gosh. Okay,
Okay.
goodness.
Let me give my statement.
Okay.
So, I will say yes, Gen V is very good. They're both amazing shows. They're both different. They show a different side of the superhero genre. But I just favor the characters in The Boys more than I favor the characters in Gen V. Do I relate to the college aspect? Just going back to your question, Tyler. Yes, I do relate to the college aspect, but do I relate to a certain character? It's kind of like what you said. Not really. But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't like the show if you don't relate to the characters. Okay, viewers, do not do that, I guess. I don't know. Um, but I don't
He's
relate to
right.
any of the characters in The Boys either. I just favor.
But I don't relate to any of the characters in The Boys either.
don't
I
relate
just
to
like
any
it
of the
more.
characters.
I just
I
like it
just
more.
like it more. I just like the characters better.
Butcher. I'm
But
kidding. I'm kidding.
yes, I relate to Homelander because
Oh, okay. So you're gonna go on a
no,
plane and
no,
then
no.
kill everyone on that
When I
plane to save yourself.
when I was first watching the show, I was confused to why they called it The Boys. Like, why are they calling this show The Boys
I
when
was
there's
too.
like,
I thought the
yeah,
boys were the seven. I thought the seven were the boys.
Yeah.
That's all
So,
I gotta say, really. Go
going
ahead.
off from what Aiden said, yeah, I mean, you can like The Boys better. I mean, there's been 3 seasons of it. You can like all the characters more because there was 3 seasons of it. You only had 1 season of these characters in Gen V, so you weren't able to like relate to them that much yet because there's only 1 season of it. If I had to pick one character that I actually really love in Gen V, though, it would have to be Golden Boy. Spoiler
same.
alert ahead. I was very upset when they killed him off in the first episode, but
Yeah.
it also led for a nice cliffhanger for what was gonna happen next, and I also kind of respect it in a way. But yeah,
I
I continue. You go ahead. You go ahead.
no
You
no
go
no.
ahead.
That's what you're gonna say. I don't think
No,
you
no,
were
no,
gonna say.
no, 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 no. No. I'll continue after you. I'll continue after you.
Noise everyone. I dropped all my rappers.
Oh, he just muted himself. That's messed up. I already lost my train of thought, but no, I'll keep going. I'll keep going. Yeah.
Oh, I'll say something in case you want. I'll say something. Let's go. And do you
Oh, you
need
want to
your?
go? Oh,
No, 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 wait, no.
do you want to go?
I
Do you
was
want to go?
I was just gonna say
You guys can 2v1 me, okay, against this show. I love this
No, no,
show.
no, no.
You
No.
can 2v1
Oh,
me.
I love this show too, but I prefer the boys.
All right. Hey, it's fine that you do. I just gotta add this other thing. Yes,
Okay.
I love Homelander. Yes, I love the Butcher. Yes, I love Huey. I love all those characters. They are all relatable in a way, and I'm very excited to see what happens in season 4. Because I know that what happened in Gen V is going to lead into season 4 of The Boys, and so on.
I
And and
there's always a
and
part. Like,
yeah,
okay.
and if you are starting out with Gen V, I highly recommend you watch The Boys first, then go to Gen V.
Yes,
Because if you start out
because
with The Boys and then go to Gen V, it will make more sense than just starting from Gen V.
plus you should do that with everything. If there's a new movie coming out at the theater, either watch it recap.
My boy lagging.
My earbud.
Well, I guess while he deals with that,
Yeah.
I actually like my
I'm back.
my
Hold up.
favorite character.
Hold the phone.
Hold on a
Hold the
second.
phone.
Hold on a
Hold the
second.
phone. I'm
Stop.
back. I was talking. I'm saying you should either watch a recap video or you go through every movie. Like Mission Impossible, I made a mistake. I went to go see Dead Reckoning Part 1 without seeing the rest of them. That just bugs me.
I
I'm
feel
sorry.
like
That's it.
that just bugs me.
Well,
I feel like you
well,
just need to start from Ghost Protocol and so on. I don't even feel like you gotta watch the first three. Like Ghost Protocol is my favorite one of the Mission Impossible series. But go on, Tyler. I know we all been cutting you off, so you can go on and talk.
well, nonetheless, I do agree with what Aiden was saying, but um, bringing it back to what Matthew was saying about how he liked Golden Boy and all that, I I like it. I think I like his what's his friend's name? I forgot his name.
Andre.
Andrew,
His
yeah.
friend Metal.
Is it
Andre.
Andre? Yeah, Andre. Yeah, it is Andre.
Andre. Yeah.
Like a
I think
Doctor Doom kind of character.
he's pretty cool. He
Yeah,
seems
he
pretty
is.
cool.
Did you not see what he did to his girlfriend?
Well, that was
Had
before he seemed like he was a
her
changed man.
her girlfriend or his girlfriend cheated on him with Andre. Spoiler alert. I thought that was messed up.
I
But it's
thought
also relatable because it happens in college. I mean,
I
it's
thought it was
scary.
messed up as well, but I think he's like starting to change though.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I like that's why I like about um characters. Like if
They have
like you see
character
a
arcs.
change in a person, like I guess a good example could be Loki. I mean, you could really like Loki now because you can see how much he's changed. He
Yeah,
went from being a villain who wanted to rule Earth, and now he's trying to save it. So
yeah.
it's stuff like that that make me go, you know what? I respect that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's only that's probably why you prefer the boys over Gen V at the moment because those characters in the boys have grown so much as like their own as their characters because they're let's for example Huey he just started out as a person who was in the shadows and scared of superheroes and was scared if they were going to like kill him and stuff. Later, so on in like season three, he finally was able to like show himself in the light, but not in a good way in a say because he gave himself Compound V that gave some temporary superpowers. So yeah, they all have their different character arcs. Same can go for Butcher. Butcher had a big character arc, I would say, with Huey as his friend. You know, in the beginning, he would just be like, "Oi, you are like, yeah, yeah." He'd say it in his Australian accent and stuff like all this means stuff to Huey, and then but now he likes Huey as his friend, and he cares about him and
Oh,
doesn't want to see him die. Like when he was taking Compound V, he wanted Huey to stop because it kills you, and like how and so many times you take it.
yeah. You can kind of see how Butcher cares for Huey because it's almost like Butcher's trying to tell Huey, um, don't don't be like me in a way.
Hmm.
Like it's it's kind of like that. Like Huey's kind of like a son to Butcher if you think about it.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
so
and that's what I'm saying. Like the character arcs are there in the boys right now. Gen V it has very good potential. I think it had. I'll say this now. I'll say this now. The boys, it's better, but not by a long shot. The
Yeah, that's true.
Gen V has the potential of being better than the boys if they head in the right direction with it.
yeah,
If they do everything right with Gen V and it heads in the right direction throughout many seasons that they have with it, it will be better than the boys because of what they do with it. It has that potential of being better than the boys.
That
but
is true.
I have a question for the both of you again.
Oh,
You can't really compare Gen V and the boys as a whole because the boys has so much more than Gen V right now.
mhm.
But let's we can't but what we can compare is the first season of each show. So which one is better when you only compare the first seasons? Aiden?
Um, if I remember all the way back into like the 1980s when I watched the first season of The Boys,
The real fans would rewatch it, and I did that. So Screw you, Aiden.
All right, well, you can think about it.
Oh, wait, no, I haven't
No,
answered you.
he a light bulb just connected for him. You can go.
Okay.
I think that the first season of Gen V is better because the boys I think started off very slow because like in the boys I couldn't wait for Butcher and Homelander to meet and they finally met in the last episode. This seems like it's happening.
Yeah, it's up there. Come on now.
All right.
So continue with
That's
what
all
you were
I
gonna
gotta
say.
say.
You
Oh, did
think
I
that?
lag or something? Did
No,
I
you.
lag?
I don't know. Did you lag? Come on,
I just
Grandma.
said like a whole sentence. This is moving much faster. That's it. It's moving
Yes,
much faster.
I would say this. Yes, I do prefer Gen V's first season over the boy, just because of all the different plot twists they had in the show. Like for example, have you guys seen episode 7?
Yes, we just haven't seen the last episode.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the girl that was running the whole ship with the woods and everything, and wanting to make this virus to kill all superheroes or like superhumans, I should say. I thought it was the biggest plot twist when she was like kind of a hero in a way, not like necessarily the villain, because she just wants all the superheroes or all the superhumans to be gone. I would say she's more like in the middle of good guy and bad guy because she wants the best. She wants all the bad villains to be gone because of Homelander killing her parent or her kid and husband on the plane. I get that, but I just don't get why she would want to kill all of them off. Like I get it if you just want to kill Homelander, um, and
Maeve, she was also
May
you're right.
yeah Maeve and all those like all the bad ones, even Soldier Boy, like Homelander and Soldier Boy, like all those like because
Even
those two were like
Noir.
yeah Black Noir. I wouldn't say yeah because he
I think
did
he's
some bad things.
misunderstood.
Yeah, he is misunderstood. I would say that she's more the middle of being a hero and villain because of what she is wanting to do. Because she wants to save the human race, but she also wants to kill all the superheroes, which is they were first humans in the first place. Just had compound V injected in their blood when they were born. So they're still humans.
Right.
It's just that some of them turned to bad people. So I would understand if they wanted to or I understand it if she wanted to just kill Homelander, Soldier Boy, Black Noir, those kind of ones. Not like all the ones that are innocent and did nothing wrong.
All right. So there's a car horn outside.
I didn't hear it.
That's it. That's all I have to say about this.
Just one more
Can't wait to
thing.
watch the last episode.
I'll answer the question myself as well. Just one more thing. I think Gen V is better. I think it's because of the same reasons that Aiden gave. The boys was slow, and what's with the face?
I thought you were saying it was a better show. I was about to make an argument.
It was a better season 1.
Oh shit.
Like because the boys was slow, and there just wasn't much going on. But that's all I'd say to answer that question. That's all I got.
Okay. All right. Time to move to the next section here.
And for the next segment, we have Marvel Studios, which is in shambles. Marvel Studios is in shambles, as you
Is
can
it
see.
really?
Yes, it is.
How?
It is. How you may say?
Yeah.
They want to bring everyone that was killed off back to life. Including Black Widow, Tony Stark, etc. Like, why would they want to do that? Why would they do that? Why?
That's dumb.
I disagree with that. I
just-
think
Why?
No.
that no. Whoa, let me go here, boy.
No, I wasn't saying.
Um, um, I really think they shouldn't do that. They should just take their time and develop the characters that they have right now. I understand that they're the new stuff isn't making as much money, but bringing back those old characters is only going to make enough money for so much. And these actors don't want to be playing these roles forever.
Well, they also cost a lot of money too. Like Robert
But they
Downey
will
Jr.
also, but they will also like get a lot of money if they bring back these characters. But
Yeah, it's kind of like a price to pay.
if you're if if you watch a movie, if you're the type of person to watch a movie for character development, character arc, storytelling like me, then you would probably say no to bringing Iron Man, Black Widow, etc., all these characters back to life. You would say no if you really love the story aspect of films, because if Iron Man were to be brought back, then it kind of takes away from the cinematic moment when he snapped his uh, gauntlet Endgame to save everybody else. And if you bring him back, then it kind of takes it all away. And his sacrifice was just for nothing to a point, but that's how I feel.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. I think they are bringing back too many nostalgic characters. Like for example, Wolverine. Hugh Jackman is coming back, which I love. I love him coming back. I love him coming back. But he already played the role. I think it's time for someone new to try out the role. I think we need someone new to try out the role so people can have another or another person playing the character.
Daniel
And
Radcliffe. Oh.
yeah,
Jonah Hill.
the same goes for Spider-Man. I was reading this thing. There was rumors going around for Secret Rose, or Secret Wars. The main protagonists are going to be Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire, and then what's his face, Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. Those were going to be like the two main characters of the movie, like holding their own Avengers from, or like the TVA Avengers. Like they were all going to be together. And yes, that's amazing. I would love to see that, but like at the same time, I think there needs to be just other characters so you can bond with them, grow with them, and relate to them instead of just having old characters from back in the day come back to play these beloved characters.
Yeah, I'm gonna go off of you. You started. Oh, you started.
Oh,
this
now you see how
whole...
it feels. Now you see how it feels, huh? Yeah, yeah, punk. Fuck.
Wait, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa. Okay, here we go. Take two. I think that um, if you started all of these things with these people, with these characters that belong in the MCU should be the stars of the show. I think that the people outside of that, like they did it great in No Way Home. Okay, they did nostalgia right for that because they still made it Tom Holland's arc. They still made it his movie, and they didn't focus on trying to develop Andrew or Toby because they they um they were already developed throughout their movies. I know Andrew, he was done a little dirty, but
Yeah,
they
he
were kind of
was.
there for the ride.
Yeah, he was done dirty.
They were
He was done dirty,
along for the
dude.
ride.
My favorite Spider-Man was done dirty. I was pissed.
Well, that's true. No swearing on the stream, you poop head.
I said piss.
You don't know how young these viewers are. They don't know what that means.
They should.
That's why you're wearing the giant headphones. What?
Hey, these are Astros. They are very comfy.
I think instead of developing Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire, it's almost like they were bringing up Tom Holland in a way, which that's why it was done right.
Yeah,
you said,
exactly.
it was still, like you said, it was still his movie, Tom Holland's movie. So
Yeah, like I mean, going off from what you're saying, yeah, do these movies with these nostalgic characters, but don't make them the lead roles of these movies. Have them be side characters and have them have the main MCU characters grow as individuals and have them learn off these characters that are already um developed in their movies that they were made in.
yeah, tell a story.
I'm
Tell
gonna
a
have to.
story for sure.
Yeah, just continue. It's almost like in a way come up with something new because that's how movies are nowadays. It's just, oh, this guy's back, this guy's back, this guy's back. They're just relying on stuff that was done in the past.
Yeah.
Come up with
It's
something
like,
new so
yeah,
that you
Like a
can do it
profit.
again. You can
it's
do
like
it
these
again.
old characters are their safety net.
Yeah. It's like they think if they bring these characters back, which it is honestly is, it is a safety net. You bring them back, everyone's gonna go see the movie because they remember seeing them in the 2003 or 2002, I should say, Spider-Man, and so on.
Yeah, it's like it's almost
Yeah,
like, all right, guys, this movie's not probably gonna make enough money. Who should we bring back? I know, Obadiah. Let's bring him back.
yeah,
I
and
don't even know who that is.
not
That is
he's
the
Ironmonger, the
villain in
villain.
Iron Man, the first one.
Oh shoot, yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so going off, well, this isn't like about recasting. This isn't about bringing people back, but it's also, have you guys heard about, well, Matthew, I know Matthew has probably the whole Doctor Doom thing.
No,
Yeah, Dr.
And
Doom
so
taking over
no,
as the
no.
the main
they're
villain.
thinking because Kang, the actor Jonathan Majors, has there are some rumors going around about him, and he is going to be put on trial for, I don't know exactly what it was, but if it doesn't turn out good, they're going to replace Kang as the big bad. They're going to sub Doctor Doom in for that. They're just going to have Doctor Doom come in and be the big bad here. Or, as I just saw in a post today, that they might just keep Kang but recast him.
Yeah. It'd be hard to cast or recast a king that has
Well,
1,000 characters.
but at the same time, I would rather, if I were to choose between the two, if Jonathan Majors if he ends up not having to play the role, I would rather recast him because you can just say it's another one from the multiverse, like,
Yeah.
right? I mean, you could
I
just
mean,
do
you
that.
can, but it's just rough to know that all the kings that we have seen, and are going to continue to see, have all just been Jonathan Mayer people. They have all been played by Jonathan Mayers. So it would be kind of hard to recast someone that plays all the king variants. Same goes for Doctor Strange. Like he plays all of he played his other variant. But the same
Right.
goes for like Spider-Man. They all of his variants were different characters so far. So I
Yeah,
mean, yeah, they can recast him, but
that's really, yeah, that's really all I read up on. I don't have much information after that. Yeah,
Did you
I
guys
mean,
watch the Loki episode last
we're
night?
not there yet. Not there
yeah,
yet.
we'll get there.
Hold the
Okay,
phone.
I still got some things to say about the Shambles and Marvel. One thing I want to bring up is fan cast, fan casted people for roles. For example, Mr. Fantastic. Everyone wanted to see John Krasinski as him. Everyone wanted to
Yeah,
see him as Mr. Fantastic. We finally got it. We did. We did in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. People loved it. People loved it. Some people did not like it, but most people loved it. They loved seeing him in the suit. I mean, people probably didn't like it because of how weird the suit looked. It did
You can't
look
make
like a weird
everyone
suit.
happy,
Yeah, you can't make everyone happy, but for the
but
most part,
you
everyone,
try to make most.
yeah, for the most part, everyone was ecstatic to see him in the suit. And a thing that the Marvel's doing is not listening to their fans about these castings. if Marvel casted all these people for these roles, like John Krasinski for Mr. Fantastic, who do they want for what's it called? Human Torch. Who do they want? Do you guys know who they wanted for
I
Human
can't
Torch?
remember who they wanted for
Well, it
Human
wasn't
Torch.
Chris
Oh,
Evans.
they wanted the Outer Banks character. They wanted Outer Banks character. The
JJ.
yeah, JJ. They wanted
Really?
him as a Human Torch.
That's what
So
I've been saying. That's what I've been. I
yeah,
was like,
they
he
want
would
him
be
as Human Torch.
perfect Human Torch.
Yeah.
That's what
So
I've been
why don't
saying
they
for like
listen to their
almost like a year.
fans? Yeah, why don't they listen to their fans and cast these
Yeah.
people for these roles? Because it will help them
Yeah.
draw the audience into the film. Like if they casted, I don't even know, but it was the guy from there was rumors that they offered the role to the guy in Morbius, that other vampire guy. I don't even know who he is. I forgot
Is
his
it the
name or
villain?
whatever. Yeah, it was the villain. They offered the role to him for like a rumor or something that I heard, and I'm like, I don't see him playing that person. I don't see him. I can only see John Krasinski playing him, for me at least.
I
Yeah.
I also think about you also never know what's going on behind scenes. Like they could have tried to get the actors that fans ask for, but maybe the actors themselves say no, or maybe something happens where it's like, oh, we can't. We're like, guys, we would love to bring this person into the movie. We get it, but we can't because, and we can't make it public for why we can't, but we just have to get another person. You're just gonna have to understand, and some things are just kept private. Like I I reckon that like they're not just gonna say every time, oh, we tried to get this person, they said no, and they're just gonna post that out, and then I don't think they're just gonna do that all the time.
Or even John Krasinski, he's vocally said that he wants to play Mr. Fantastic, but he just, I mean, it was sounding like one of the Tonight shows or whatever that he wants to, but he hasn't gotten a phone call back. Which maybe he did get it, because I also read this other thing a little bit ago that it was like they like Marvel, like people behind the scenes in Marvel, they posted those rumors and leaks about those casted people, or like all those people that they wanted, and they actually did give the role to John Krasinski. So we'll just have to see. We'll have to see what happens.
Yeah. For me,
Oh,
that's about it. You keep going. What are you saying?
but I also do like for this Fantastic 4 movie that's coming out is that Galactus is going to be the main antagonist. I do like how he's going to be the
Yeah.
main villain. I do like that. I do like how he's going to be the big bad for that film, and hopefully so on.
Mhm.
I want to see him in other films as well, because he's a very powerful being in the MCU.
Yeah. He was pretty scary in Lego Marvel Superheroes 1.
Yeah, I know he was. I remember fighting him. It was scary. That was a great game too. That was a great game.
Yeah, this is my favorite Lego game ever.
Yeah.
They did a
Nah,
really good job
I
making.
was. Is that my favorite one? I love Lego Batman 2. Lego Batman 2 got me
That one's
tearing up at
good.
Oh,
the end.
Lego Batman 2, it's a good one.
Yeah, it got me
It's a-
tearing up at the end when
Yeah.
I was a little kid. That's the only one that got me tearing up at the end. I think Lego
I
Batman
can't
2 takes
remember
it.
what happened at the end, though. I
I
can't
do.
remember
I
I
think
do.
what
they
I
did a
gotta
happened.
play
really
it
good
again
job
though.
building Kang up to be like the villain that he is. Like
I don't
he
think they did.
seems like the type of villain that has asserted absolute dominance. Like he
No.
does seem like a character that can be unstoppable. For me, I think they're
No, yeah, he can.
doing.
He can. They're doing a great job with Loki and explain how King is a very unstoppable character.
Mm.
But Ant-Man
Well,
didn't.
Ant-Man's what brought it down.
that was just one week. That was just one weak little Kang. There's like I think the after credits was supposed to say like there's more Kangs that are more powerful than that.
I think the main villain is the version from Quantumania, though.
Yeah, I think that's like the main.
He's
That
the
was the
main
main.
King.
Yeah, because that was the main one that was like he went rogue on all the King variants. He's the one that, and how he was, and then he was able to get beat up just like that, like against ants. For
Yeah.
I
all,
thought he died, to be honest.
No, he didn't die.
he didn't die.
I don't think so.
No.
But I think the one part that I really, really love about Quantumania, I wasn't a huge fan of the whole movie, but the one part I love, and I think Tyler can agree, is the part where it's just Ant-Man versus Kang, and he's just getting the crap beat out of him. That whole part was great. The whole
I like that
fight.
part too. I just wish, in a way, they could just killed Ant-Man there, like to show how powerful this man is.
Yeah, or just really injure him.
Yeah.
Well, he did say, I thought there was like, I thought he seemed powerful when he asked Ant-Man. He was like, "Have I killed you before?" I don't know. That was just like a little thing.
Yeah, I mean, even when they showed that like scene, like that clip before like the movie actually came out, it made him seem menacing. It made him seem like, oh, this guy's a big threat. Like I was scared to when every single time he was on screen if he was gonna kill someone. But then they just made him just go up against ants and lose to them, and so that just makes me wonder, how powerful is he actually? Like, is he gonna be this big threat, like big Thanos threat? Oh, Aiden pros.
Aiden's
I'm
been
back.
for me.
But yeah, that's basically all I gotta say. MCU is in shambles. Let's hope they can get it back on track. Maybe they
I think
can.
they will.
Oh, they will, but it's
The
just they
Loki
gotta go
series
in the
is
right
really
direction.
good, in my opinion.
Hmm. All right, let's go to the
All
next
right,
segment now.
next segment. All right, here's our next section here. Just a couple more sections left to go. I keep looking this way because my screen's over there. Here's our next section. Spider-Man 2 for the PS5. Okay. I do not own any PlayStation or whatever. So I have never played either of the games, but I know that they're fantastic games. I know this game got a good review, but me and Tyler don't have the personal experience with the game, so I'm gonna hand it off to Matthew. Matthew, um, what just tell us about your experience with this game, and because I know, fun fact, he's finished it in a very short amount of time. It must have been that good. Tell us about it.
I loved it. I mean, the lead up to the game was unimaginable, I would say, or unexplainable. I mean, it's just the way they brought the game to life and how they released each taser at a time to get you so hyped for this game. You thought this game would be everything that it was, and it was. This game exceeded all expectations and so on, and I just loved the game so much. It started out with a banger with the fight against Sandman. I mean, come on,
Oh yeah,
Sandman.
spoilers by the way.
Spoilers, but if you haven't
Spoilers.
seen anything, Sandman is the first villain that you fight in the game, and it's amazing. It's amazing. All I gotta say is this game's amazing. The symbiote, oh my god, wow, amazing.
That's good. Yeah, I've seen some clips um, over here. I've seen some clips of this game, and
So
it it
I
just
lived it.
looks amazing because I've never played the game, but you can do a lot with if you compare Spider-Man to Batman. You can do a lot with Spider-Man because he is so relatable. Batman is favored because of just because of the heroics, the fighting, the action. Spider-Man is favored because he's relatable to everyone. Anybody can be Spider-Man. Not everyone can be Batman because not everybody is a billionaire that can make all these suits, have all these cars and stuff, and all these gadgets. Anyone could be Spider-Man, and that's what makes it really nice. And they show that like in Across the Spider-Verse, Into the Spider-Verse, and this game, that there are just multiple different ones. It's not just Peter Parker. There's Miles Morales. There's the anime girl. There's the Spider Pig person. There's Gwen. You can have a Blob that is Spider-Man in another
Full
universe.
Spider-Man
Just
2099.
Miguel O'Hara
Yep.
and
and he
Spider-Punk.
also goes
You
through
have all
certain
these different
struggles
things.
that we can also relate to as well,
Yeah,
which
especially
which is sometimes key when you're building a
yeah.
character. Um,
Yeah.
I have a question for you, Matthew.
Okay.
What what is so different from this game than any other Spider-Man game that could be played.
Any
Like, what
other
makes
Spider-Man
this
game?
game
movie.
so
Or
special?
movie.
All right, yeah. I got plenty of examples for that question and everything. I mean, for example, one of everyone's favorite games as a Spider-Man fan is Spider-Man 2, just because of the web swinging. The web swinging for its time that when the game came out is superior to any other Spider-Man game that came out during that time, or during even that decade, I should say. This one just throws that one in the trash and beats it by a mile. The web swinging, you just feel like you're Spider-Man while swinging through New York City, Brooklyn, Queens, all those places. There's more places to explore than just regular New York City and Times Square and all that. You got a town, you got a neighborhood, you got other things. You can. They even have the web wings. You can hover around. So when they say that making a Superman game is impossible, it is possible because Insomniac was able to do it pretty much with the webs or with the glider web gliders, and I mean it was just an amazing game, amazing story. And another game I can what's it called? Compare it to is honestly GTA 5. The character switching, because you can switch between Miles Morales and Peter Parker in this game. That's instantly. You just once you like swipe something, hit I want to play as Miles Morales, you're there instantly. You're playing as that guy. While in GTA, you gotta pick the person. It takes about like 10 to 20 seconds to switch to that person. But they're just able to just make that instant. And same with the fast travel. You don't have to like go through a loading screen. You hit where you want to go, and you just go there right away. The story is amazing, and the story behind the symbiote suit and how he gets it, how Venom is created is amazing as well.
Yeah, just hearing your review on that makes me jealous. I want to play the game, but
Well, the Matthew
unfortunately, I don't have a PS5, and yeah,
I'd
I
say
wish I could play this game.
big win for the company. That's all I gotta say. Big win.
It's
Big win.
it's a big win for Insomniac. I mean, I also say the spoiler alert. You can play as Venom. You play as Venom in one of the missions. You get
Oh,
to you,
oh. I'm kidding.
yeah, but you get to play as Venom, which is it's so fun because it's just the graphics and how and Venom just it's just an amazing character, and he's an amazing boss fight. Even Craven. I mean, going into this game like Craven really, because I really didn't like Craven as a villain, as like a main villain for Spider-Man in any like game or movie or anything like that. But in this game, he just exceeded my expectations at least, and I just like his boss fight with Venom and how he was what's it called in his character arcs in this game, which is in my opinion really good, and I'm glad that he was a villain in this game because it was a lot of fun to see him in the game and fight him.
And then the game really blew away your expectations.
It did.
That's good.
It did. It did.
That's all I got
That's
about the game.
anything more to add? Anyone?
No, I don't really want to spoil the game because I want people to experience for themselves. I mean, it's an amazing game.
That's good.
And
Such a
but
nice
before
person.
before you play Spider-Man 2, you gotta play the first Spider-Man 2, or Spider-Man as well. You gotta play the
Yes.
first one.
When did that one come out?
2018.
2018.
Okay.
And even if you don't want to play them, just watch the walkthrough, watch the gameplay of it. I mean, it's a lot of fun. I mean, you get to see what goes on and
Watching
actually,
the gameplay is like watching a movie.
yeah, exactly, because it basically is a movie and a long movie.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you don't want to play it, just watch people play it on YouTube.
Spider-Man 2, everybody.
Yeah, Spider-Man 2. 10 out of 10. Would recommend.
All right. Up next, now we got the Marvels. As you can see, this movie I saw a couple trailers. I don't know for sure if I've seen all the trailers. Sometimes I lose track. But
Don't watch all the trailers.
for me,
Go in with surprise.
before
Keep going.
um, okay. Right now,
It was a surprise.
right now, like before even seeing the movie, right now, my expectations are 5 out of 10. That's my expectations. I feel like there's
That's
gonna be
wild.
I just feel like they're gonna find some way to just mess this
That
up.
is wild.
Do you think it's higher or lower?
I think it's higher. I think it's at least a 7 out of 10. I think at least a 7 out of 10. I'll give it a 70% Rotten Tomatoes, okay? I'll give it the benefit of the doubt.
I'm not going to go in with high expectations. I'm going to go in with good hope, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm going in with a 70 Rotten
Oh, yeah.
Tomatoes to hope that it would grow and maybe get like in the 80s or something. But you also got to realize this is the shortest Marvel movie they've ever made. It's only an hour and 45 minutes. It's only an hour
Yeah.
and 45 minutes. So that being said, it could be very rushed. I mean, it was also said in the Shambles article that they had some problems. They said that the director of this movie started writing a script for her next upcoming movie while directing this movie. So
Wow.
at first, that does not seem like it's a good thing. But who knows? It could end up being a great movie. You just don't know. Maybe she was just overly confident in the movie.
I think this movie is a good way to add more character development for Miss Marvel.
Yeah.
Yes.
Of course, she had the Miss Marvel series, and now
I didn't watch that.
getting this movie. So, um, this would be a good way to. I think this is a good introduction for like a movie, like to bring her
Mhm.
into like some big league superheroes like Captain Marvel for sure. So I feel like this will be a good way to build off and like add more to Miss Marvel's character. So
Yeah, I also
Yeah.
think it's
I
very
think,
unique. I think
keep going.
I think it's I also think it's very unique how the three of them, how each of their powers connects to one or each other.
My earbud.
You good, bro?
My earbud, I'm sorry.
You
My
good, bro?
earbud fell out.
You good, bro? But yeah,
Keep going.
I think how each one of their power is able to connect to one another. I think that's very interesting and unique in its own kind of a story too. So you can now say something, Aiden.
Oh. Um.
Actually,
I
one
already could.
second, 1 second. I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Whoa! Way to do me like that. Anyway. Anyway. Um. I think. I think this movie. Yes, I feel like it will be a bit rushed. I feel like they. It feels like a movie that had a lot more for it. A lot of stuff that they wanted to add but probably couldn't or had to cut out. But I'm gonna go in thinking that this is gonna be a good time. You know,
Yeah,
everyone's gonna have a fun time here.
yeah.
Um, I if I were to judge this based on the trailers, I think it looks like it could be better than Captain Marvel, the movie. Just because this one looks like it's gonna be a lot. It looks like it's gonna be a lot of fun. You know, looks like it's gonna be very happy. I'm not
Well,
expecting any deaths. What?
I have one thing to add to that. You say it's gonna be a lot of fun and happy and stuff, but the last movie that did that was Thor: Love and Thunder.
And that wasn't happy.
That was because
That
I'm
was
kidding.
dog doo doo. That was dog doo doo, bro.
It was a
That
very.
was not good.
I mean, you say that wasn't good, but I'll give that a benefit of the doubt. I'll say that was a 7.58 out of 10, or like a 7. I think
7.5?
the only thing is
8?
that I think that movie was a little too funny. Like, just
Well, yeah, yeah. Well, I
I
think
think
it's.
Thor was I think Thor was a little too dumb. That's
I
the only thing for me.
To
But
add on to that, I'm pretty sure it was told like that story already happened. The reason why it was funny and all was because it was explained through Korg, or is that his name, right?
Korg.
Korg, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It was explained through his narrative and like his view of it. So I feel like that also adds into why it was so like like a rom-com in a way.
Yeah, I think this movie has the right to be funny and based on Mill's character.
Aiden's frozen for me.
Yeah, he's frozen.
Yeah. Anyway,
Anyways,
so yeah, this
the
movie.
Marvels
I have no
is gonna
idea.
be like at least a 7 out of 10.
Frozen.
Yeah,
Tyler's frozen. Tyler's frozen.
No, you were frozen this whole time.
You were frozen.
You were frozen this whole time.
Let me come back for a sec.
You were frozen.
Okay, I
You
got something to say.
you
I
were
got something
you were
to-
frozen this whole time. You were frozen this whole time.
Where is he?
Okay,
He's up.
wait.
He's up there.
I
He's up
think-
there on your screen. He's up there.
I think that this movie
You
has
were
the
frozen.
right to be.
You were
This movie
frozen.
has the right to be funny. Okay, because
You were frozen.
the first three Thor movies. I get that I was frozen. Let me finish my sentence. Let me-
Whoa, whoa!
Okay.
No
This movie
reason to
has
go
the
on
right
lips
to
like
be
that.
fucking funny, man. Because the
Whoa!
first
Did you
three
just say?
Thor
Did you
movies-
just say that word? Did I hear you right? Did I hear you right?
What word?
Did you
What?
say F?
What?
Did you say FREAC or FREAKING? That's messed up.
Three?
That's
Wait a minute. No, wait a minute. Because the first three Thor movies weren't necessarily that funny. They were dark-ish.
three.
No, the first three Thor movies, yeah. Like, no,
I would say first two.
Okay, yeah, but no, but what I'm saying is that, like,
Third
they were
one
serious.
was just perfect.
They-
Third one was perfect.
Yeah, I think that Taiki Waititi just kind of
Like one
relaxed.
Watiti.
He thought, I feel like he thought people loved the movie because of the rock and the comedy and the colors. So
The
he
Rock?
just yeah, the
mean
rock.
Korg?
No, not Dwayne. The rock music.
Korg.
Rock music.
Oh, the Rock
Classic
music.
Rock.
I thought. Yeah, I
Led
see. I was
Zeppelin.
going between the Rock,
Not
Dwayne the Rock
Dwayne.
Johnson, or
Not Dwayne.
or Korg.
Yeah.
Not
That's it.
actually rock music, but yeah,
all
that added.
all you said was The Rock. Well, you
Yeah.
didn't say music.
Yeah, you should have
I
said
said
rock music. You said the Rock,
There's no the.
dude. You said the Rock. Oh wait, did I look up that time?
Well, you said.
No,
wait. You said. Who's
everyone's
there?
at the bottom for you, dude. Everyone's at the bottom.
Oh yeah, well you guys,
He's over there.
they're just stupid. You guys are just dumb.
Whoa,
Like,
that's rude. Okay, so
That's
the Marvels
that's
comes
awesome.
out November 10th, right? November 10th, right?
Yes.
For a second.
Yeah,
But-
well, I'll be in
Marvels comes
Indiana,
out-
so I won't be able to see it until later.
Marvels comes out November 10th. Let's see. Let us know what you think about this movie in the comments below, and if you think you're gonna enjoy it or not. And if not, let us know. Just let us know in the comments. But let's move on to the next segment.
All right. Next, we have Loki season 2, which so far, I think I'm more invested in season 2 than when I watched season 1. Like when I watched season 1, I was like, okay, yeah, sure, I can't wait for the next episode. But this one, I'm like, okay, I really can't wait to see. I really want to watch the next episode. I think Loki season 2 has been doing a really great job at building characters, and it also answers a lot of questions that people may have had from season 1. And I think they're doing a good job building off of a different angle for Kang. Like, they somehow made Kang into a likable character for me. Like, spoilers again, but when Sylvie, I think her name is, so when Sylvie was about to kill him in one of the episodes, I actually felt bad. Like I was like, why does she want to kill him? Like he seems like a pretty chill guy, and which is weird because in Ant-Man he was like the big villain in the Ant-Man movie. So now they kind of turned it around somehow for me, which is very interesting. And they have a lot of this show. Season 2 has done a good job in like making cliffhangers and like, oh my gosh, what's gonna happen next? Matthew, thoughts on the show?
Oh wow, okay, just go directly to me. Okay, yeah, I see how it is. I would kind of have to disagree with your statement and stuff. The first 3 episodes of Loki season 2 were kind of a letdown to me, honestly. Season 4 or episode 4 and 5 though just carried the season as a whole for me. The reason I loved Loki as the show overall is because of how each episode got you thinking. It had you thinking. I feel like season 1 had you thinking what's gonna happen in the next episode, and the next episode, and the next episode. It did that. Season 2 started out slow, in my opinion, on doing that. It started picking up for episode 4 and then episode 5. Now I'm curious of what's going to happen for episode 6, the season finale. And I do have some theories that go behind that. But I personally think season 1 told a different and more engaging story right away than season 2 has.
Yeah. Out of all the Marvel shows, I'm gonna separate season 1 and 2 as their own shows. So, Loki season 1 and 2 are separate shows. Um, Loki season 2 is now my favorite out of all the Marvel shows because this is the most intrigued I've been for the shows. Besides, the only other show I've been this intrigued for was WandaVision because it was weird and you had no idea what was going to happen. Um, but for Loki, this um, this just had me on the edge of my seat for the entire thing. This this was fantastic. I really like the darkness of it. How the TVA, spoiler alert, the TVA is crumbling, and spoiler warning again for freaking four. I mean, for the season episode 4 for episode 4.
You said freaking
No, I
again.
didn't. No, I didn't. You poop head. We're talking about Loki, you poop head, and you had to say the F word. You had to say the F word. Let me say something.
I didn't say that one.
Not being so
What?
dramatic.
Yeah, why are you being so
Okay.
dramatic, dude? It's just a word.
No.
It's
I'm
just
just
a word.
pointing it out, dude.
Okay.
You were saying.
I'm saying that there's a specific point in this show that was really good. I like how in the first episode, for episode 1, I like how he's um, um, time slipping. He's time slipping through all these times and then just randomly gets pruned and it works. And I like how all the way in episode 4 they answer who did it, and it was himself. And they got us with a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Because they were like Victor Timely is gonna run out there and save the world. And me and Tyler were watching it, and when he went out there and turned into noodles, we were like, "What?" It was crazy.
It was a shock.
We were sitting there.
Like Kang and Victor Timely are two totally different people. But it's almost like because they're doing that on purpose because they want to make you think, how is this guy the ruler of a whole universe? Like this guy, Victor Timely, like this guy is the ruler. He seems like just an average, not average, but just a scientist that could do extraordinary things when it comes to like scientific studies.
Yeah.
There's one thing I want to note. I mean, no pun intended, but there's one thing that I would like to note: the music. Get it? Note. The music. That's my joke of the podcast. That's my segment, the joke of the podcast. Okay. But seriously, there's the music. I really like the music in the show. I like the music. I like the main theme of the show. I think that also adds depth into the series. So that's just one small little thing I just wanted to add.
Yeah,
music can do so much. Without music in a movie, film, or series, then
Just plain, yeah,
for something that is
understandable.
just bland. Yeah.
We know that. To add on to that, yeah, I honestly thought what was his name again? The King variant? I forgot his name. Sorry.
Victor Timely.
When Victor Timely, I thought he wasn't gonna die right away. I thought he was actually gonna be able to save um the TVA, but him dying right away had me like, what? Like, what are they gonna do now? Like, how are they gonna save the TVA? How are they gonna live? Like, when the TVA actually like blew up, and I'm like, there's no way they're actually surviving this. And then somehow Loki was able to survive it. I still don't know how he was able to. Maybe it's because of the time or the time warping
Time
and
slipping.
time slipping.
Apparently.
Yeah, the time slipping. Maybe it's because of that. Maybe that's another power of his now that he's able to do. And adding back onto that, a theory of mine is he's going to become the next He Who Remains, as He Who Remains Loki, covering all the timelines and watching over them. That's what I think. That's what I saw, and I am going with that theory because it seems the most relevant and the most likely to happen. And it makes sense with his story and how he became, or how he's becoming more of a hero on trying to save the world instead of trying to destroy it and become its like his own.
Yeah.
I do agree with that.
It
Yeah, and
also
basically, wait, can I add it? Can I add it? One more thing. I got it. And him becoming the ruler of watching all over these timelines and making sure they're all under control. He's kind of ruling everything in a way. You can say. You can say he
Yeah.
finally got what he wanted.
It's what
But
he
in a
always
good
wanted.
way.
Yeah.
But yeah, which that also ties back to character development. Before it was he wanted to rule over people, he wanted control, and now he finally gets it, but he also learned to understand himself in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His
Can't wait for the last
perspective
episode.
on life has totally changed from
Yeah.
how he was like before. Which
Yeah.
I was just saying, which Loki's a very dynamic character, so
Kind of weird just to see him like this Loki, because this Loki is not like the original one. This Loki is from the first Avengers movie, from that timeline. But then he was able to see what the events in the TVA of what happened and get the knowledge back of what he's lost or what he's done in the future. So I thought that's kind of like unique and how it's not actually like our Loki, but a different Loki timeline.
Right.
Yeah.
even
Overall,
this
great show.
even this Loki seems more caring than the other one, that lasted until Endgame.
Yeah.
This one seems more caring than that Loki as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all I
Really,
got for the show.
yeah. I like I
Thank you.
the last two episodes that have came out have really carried the season for me, and it's honestly made me enjoy
It's
the
just going to carry even more with this last episode. I can
yeah
feel it.
100%. Well, that's Loki season 2. Let us know what you think about it, and on to the next segment.
All right. Now we are getting to our stuff. Just like I said before, we make our own movies, and we love doing this. It's called MTA Movies. It's of course, if you've been here, you know it's mainly surrounds the characters of Rayman, Money Shot, Number 7, and Mayor Noah-ish. But if you're new here, there's some information for you to know. I would totally recommend to go through these and definitely check these out because they mean so much to us, especially these newer ones. Just seeing our own growth is absolutely fantastic. Compared to our first episode of Rayman all the way to our most recent one called The No Ones. And
Right.
just to get up on future movies. So if you don't know, we have the Rayman saga, which is done, ended with Fall of Eternity, and we have this new saga called the Universal Saga, which started with M7, and it has 4 movies so far: M7, Rayman Manipulation, Rayman vs. Money Shot, and the No Ones. The No Ones has been doing very good. That was definitely something different. It was very fun to do. That was probably my most fun movie ever making.
Mhm.
Yeah. Anyone else have anything to say about the whole thing?
Anything to say about the No Ones or
Anything.
MTA in general?
Anything.
Um, well, it's not called MTA Movies anymore. It's MTA Studios. But anything. I do agree. I do think it is phenomenal seeing the growth that we've had since episode 1. Of course, we don't make episodes anymore. They're just movies, which I do like the idea of just making movies now. But if there's one thing that I really love doing, like really, really love doing when making a movie, it's pure storytelling, just being able to tell a story. And I love telling long-term stories. So doing something like this, an entire franchise, it blows my mind to see how successful we've been in our own way to be able to
And you guys
have
can help.
what?
So you guys can help the viewers.
Oh yeah. So yes, please. I mean, feel free to watch them. The first couple videos are a little rough to get through, but once it gets to, I think, Rayman's Salvation, that's when we start to get better. So I think that long break between Time Never Stops and Salvation was needed because I think if it wasn't for the break, then it still would have been the same. So I think that year and a
Hey,
half
COVID saved us.
blessing in disguise. What?
I said in a way, COVID saved us, saved MTA movies.
Yeah, but
Anything you got to say, Matthew?
um,
Yeah, I mean, it is great to see how much we've grown and stuff. I mean, since you've edited one of them, but I've edited all of them pretty much
Yeah, here's our editor
all the
right
way
here. This is the
through.
guy you give
how
credit
is
to
it
right
on
here.
a
Or no?
how is it like on a
You're you're
editing
you're
perspective?
down. I'm right here, so you gotta point. No, other way, other.
He's down there. The guy in the state hat.
What's it like on a editing perspective, Matthew?
Editing perspective, yeah, it's a lot of effort, you know. I mean, they're hour long. I mean, yeah, they're basically an hour long movie, and especially now with having Adobe and being able to add like different kind of effects to each movie and learning like different shots with the camera and just wanting to make it seem more like a film than just a video overall. It's kind of very unique and challenging in a way, but a challenge that I accepted and want to pursue more because it makes it seem more intriguing and makes it seem more like a film and having a story behind it other than like how we first started with the episodes and you barely hear us and the story not really having the story having a bunch of plot holes and not explaining many things, but now we're able to just like see how we're taking the time to write scripts and to tell the story in the unique and right way other than just trying to just rush it out.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And speaking of writing, nope. You want to go ahead? Go ahead. Okay.
Well, yeah, I got one more thing to add.
Okay.
And then it will go.
Yeah, we have 3 more movies coming out on the way.
I was gonna say. Okay.
Yeah, we have. Yeah,
Oh, are we allowed to say this? I don't
I
think
don't want to say the last. We can say the next 2. I don't want to say the last one. I don't want
okay,
to say
let's
the last one.
we can say the next two.
Yeah. Okay. So the next 2, Tyler, start out with it.
All right. So the next one that we're gonna be making well it'll probably be out late 2023 or early 2024. The seventh clone. I don't want to say too much, but
Give me a gist. Give me a gist of it.
I've been taking the lead in this one since I am number 7. So I decided to take the script for myself, and I've been writing 95% of the script, I'd say. Um, what I'm looking for when viewers watch it is I want people to watch like I said before, like I want storytelling. I want people to watch a story just unfolding. And with the seventh clone, it's such a this is like a perfect opportunity. I think the seventh clone is a perfect movie to show a story because we don't know a lot about number seven's normal life. He's just been going along with Rayman and Money Shot and Mayor Noah and just working with them. Let's see how he does on his own. Um, so we're gonna be taking a deep dive into his character more, and we're gonna see how he grows and how he stands in his own solo movie.
Yeah,
What's gonna happen. So
this movie really is going to be out of this world.
it's gonna be out of this world. You will see some familiar faces, some new faces, because I want to make sure we have some new characters in this. You will see some new characters, but also familiar faces at the
Well,
same time.
technically, they all have the same face.
Yeah, just different personalities.
Okay, yeah. You'll see some familiar characters. You'll see some new characters. But overall, I think I finished the script. I like how it is. There may be some tweaks to be made. Who knows? Because I might change my mind on one thing. I might change my mind on another thing. You never know. But I think it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good way for everybody to see number seven for number seven, not just
we
a clone. But that's the seventh clone. We got a second one, which Aidan can tell you all about.
Just before we go on to that, should we say who the villain is in Seventh
No.
Clone or no?
Nope.
No? Okay.
No,
That's right.
that would be teased. Yeah, I mean, and by the way, all these are being, all these next movies that are coming up. The scripts are being written by one of us each, and then we're probably gonna have each one of us write or edit those.
The ones that we
separately.
wrote, yeah, the ones
the
we
ones that
wrote,
we
are the
wrote,
ones
we're
we're
gonna
editing.
edit those because I've edited all of them. We made a lot of them,
Yeah.
times because draining and unmotivating. So having you guys being able to edit them makes it more fun to me because then I get to see what happens next too. I get to
We
see
can
like it
see
all
different-
play out, and then
we
it's
get to see-
exciting.
We get to see three different perspectives. That's a really good thing, by the way. If any of you want to try to make a franchise of your own, like we have done, um, uh, what's very cool is I've said this before, and I'll say it again. There's three of us, four of us, I guess technically. Four minds are better than one. So you not only have one idea of how to do a movie or episode, you would have four different ideas. So if you think something could be done better, then you can say that idea, or somebody else might have a better idea, or a third person might have an even better idea that will be like, hey, yeah, you know what, that sounds like a good idea. Let's take this person's idea and this person's idea, and we can put it together and make one big thing. And I think that's way better than just having one person just do the whole thing just off of their idea, because you never know. With four or five or however many minds, it could be turned into something special and something great. Just have to, if you really put your mind to it, you guys can collaborate. And I think we've done a really good job doing that ourselves. Because I know I've had an idea of like, let's do this. And then Matthew will say, okay, let's take this and do this with that. And it's like, oh, wow, it's a good idea. And then Aiden will say, okay, let's do that. And then we'll add this to it. So then it'll become even better. So it's really cool to see. It really is.
I guess I can say the next movie then. Our next movie after the Seventh Clone. So the No Ones it's not our channel is not the biggest channel ever. It doesn't get like top tier views, but for us at the moment right now, the No Ones that came out this summer was very successful. The people I have showed it to, the people we have watched it with, they all love it. Not a negative thing was said about the whole movie. After the Seventh Clone, I wrote a script for No One's 2. It's called No One's Dose, and it was just like you can do anything with the No Ones really. Just as a gist, it's kind of just another mission. They kind of just they're going through life until another
Yeah.
big bad comes in. It kind of centers around
Bads, big bads.
big bads.
Ads.
Yeah. Should
Yep.
we say or no?
I mean, if you watched the No One's first one, they should know.
Well, kind of. Yeah. So
If
if
you
you've
haven't
seen
watched it,
No
go watch
One's, if you've seen the No One's ending, you know what the mission is. You know
I
what
guess
the
you can
whole
say
thing
if you
is.
want to. I guess you can say if you want to.
Yeah, because I guess he said it. So spoiler alert. In the No One's, great movie. Mr. Nowhere gives up the idea to go up against pirates, and there was a pirate in that movie that was that fought in those first 20 minutes that Max Shakur killed. So it basically centers off of that guy and why they are fighting him. That's all I'm gonna say about that. But the No Ones, they're a really fun group of people. Because with the rest of this franchise, we've really been playing characters that kind of act similar to our own personalities, like
Yeah.
all three of us, except for Noah. Well, Noah's the same.
No one
Noah's
needs to
the
work
same.
on character.
Noah's got to get more character development, but he played Max
No,
Shakur very well. And
Noah's got to stop looking at the camera and smiling.
yeah, Noah.
He did a really good job playing Dr. Rodney. I'll give him
He
that.
did a
Like,
really
that's
good job
just-
playing
Yeah, he
Dr.
did.
Rodney, and he did a really good job playing Max Shakur. But he was really young at the time when he was playing his other characters before. So
guys, see you tomorrow.
now that he's getting older, of course, it's just going to get better. And our acting's good-ish. Like I know that there's some points with us, but with the No Ones, it really gives us helps us explore different personalities because Tyler plays a serious guy when he was playing a goofy he's not dumb.
Meathead or Dumball, whatever you want to call him.
Yeah, he's playing number 7, who's like a happy-go-lucky guy. Then you have Matthew playing Money Shot and acts kind of like him-ish, but then he goes and plays Quentin, who is just the absolute star of the entire show. Everyone that I show the No Ones to, everyone just falls in love with Quentin. So Quentin's just a guy. He doesn't need to play a huge part in the movie. He doesn't need a full backstory. He's really just there to put a smile on everyone's face, and it's really working because I don't think he needs this backstory. He just needs to be there.
He's just
That's
there.
his character. He's
He's
kind of
just
like
there.
not like Groot. He's kind of like Groot, but Groot
He's
is
there
a little
and he's
more.
very important for no reason.
Yes,
Yeah.
he's always important,
And then
and you just we need to. He's always just questioned. You have no idea what his power is. He's just always right. And then you have me, which I thought it was very fun because I play Rayman, of course, who is kind of like me but a little more serious. I don't know, but going from him to Bruston was absolutely. It was so fun because I got to wear a muscle suit. We were at Party City, and I was trying to look for a fat suit. He was originally going to be fat, and then Matthew was like, "Look at that!" I'm like, "Oh, there it is. That's it." So we got that muscle suit. We got the wig. It looks so real. All the wigs look great. And playing Bruston is just so fun. The whole character dynamic is great. I like that it's a very personal movie. So it just kind of is just going to be an extension of that. What?
Can you extend on personal? What do you mean by
It's a very personal fight because it's the end of the world type of movie. It's not like, oh, if we don't defeat
It's
this
just
guy,
like they want one thing.
The whole center of the movie is because Max Shakur is mad at the No One specifically, but then it's Cam. Cam is just like the negative brain.
He's like a virus.
he's like, yes, but
It's the
he
virus and the
also just wants
staff.
to go after the no ones, just them. And that's what I also liked about Rayman manipulation. The Shadow Demon was only going after Rayman personally
Yeah.
because, but for M7, M7 has an excuse um, to um, to be a big world thing,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
you will figure that out later.
It's not
Um,
even like M7 was about Earth though. It was in outer
it's
space, you
outer
would say,
space.
even though it was
Right.
still filmed at night outside. It was technically still outer space,
Yeah,
and
it
he
was
just wanted one thing. The creator wanted one thing, and we don't know where he's went. Maybe we'll see him
no,
again. Maybe
Right.
we won't.
And
no.
then there's Johnny Seawood, which
Oh yeah, Johnny C was
it's Johnny Seawood is a very fun character to play. Um, he's also totally opposite from me, but it's
Yeah.
fine because I like playing characters that are like totally different from each other. Like number 7, Johnny Seawood, Greg. They're not the same people, but what was I gonna say? Um, here's something you probably didn't know. Johnny Seawood. I got the name from Matthew's older brother, Johnny. So he has an older brother named Johnny. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna bring his name into this. Seawood is made up. The Seawood part that's made up.
See
So
what's
I was
made
like,
up.
Johnny Seawood, and I'm gonna base his background off of the real Johnny. So I said he was in track, he played football, he was number 27, was it? But Johnny Seawood does not act like the Johnny in real life. They're
No.
still two totally different people. But I
Yeah.
thought I'd base the background and the character name off of that. So
Yeah.
I thought that was a cool little Easter egg.
Yeah.
Um, the real Johnny, he enjoys the movies.
Yeah. He
Which,
really he enjoyed
um,
the no. He enjoyed the no ones the most. I mean, that was his favorite one. He watched the whole thing through and out, and he wants to see more of it. That's what he said. He
yeah.
he loved it.
Yeah, and to add on to the Johnny Seawood character, I've said this to Tyler. I don't think I've said this to Matthew before. I did not like Johnny Seawood. Not in the no before when we filmed M7. Johnny Seawood was kind of like, why do we need this guy really? Like, he was kind of an annoying character.
Yeah.
I didn't like him in
I can see why
M7.
you think that.
I didn't like him in Rayman vs. Money Shot. And then when I heard that like Johnny C was going to be part of this team, I never really thought about it. I'm like, all right, cool. But the reason I like Johnny Seawood so much is because I did not like him before. I hated him before,
Hmm.
but the no ones really made me like him so much. Um, his character, and it makes me appreciate the movies he's been in before. Now, when I watch M7 and when I watch Rayman vs. Money Shot, I'm like, wow, yeah, he turns into somebody really cool. He plays an important role and stuff. He
You can say
like
found his place.
he's not just an annoying brother of Money Shot that's just there to be stupid and stuff. But
Yeah, I also
Yeah.
brought him because we also needed new characters in the studio in the MTA Studios. We were kind of we were kind of stagnant with the characters. It was just the same people. And I was
Yeah.
like, okay, let's with this next saga, let's add more people. Let's make Money Shot have a brother. Let's have Dr. Rodney, which I think Dr. Rodney I think Noah played his character. He was really funny. I like Dr. Rodney. I really do. I don't know why. I like the Dr. Rodney character, but
Hmm.
I can see why Aidan hated Johnny Seawood before. I'd say maybe maybe Johnny Seawood did his job. Maybe people are supposed to maybe think of him as like wow, this guy's really he's a real party pooper, isn't he? But
Hmm.
now he found his place, and now people are appreciating him more, and that's really cool to see. I like that. That's cool to
Yeah.
see.
And also, just going off with the no ones. No ones was made because yes, we need like a new thing, and it is also to introduce more characters to our studio and it's a cool story to say the least, in saying that there's just a group of no ones that are out in the world that are on this team, because there can be like these people can be relatable. That's how I see it. These people can be relatable. Like Quinn, he's just like a drug addict, smokehead. Yeah, there's all those people out there, or I should say pothead. He's a pothead. Yeah, there's potheads out in the world. We got Johnny Seawood, who is very smart but doesn't like talking to people, doesn't like going out in public. That's relatable in real life. There's people like that. There's Bruston Retainer, who is overly confident and just and wants to be the center of attention for everything. There's plenty of people out there in the real world. And then there's also that one person that is behind the shadows, that gets overshadowed, that does everything, but no one gives him the credit that he
Like
deserves.
Mac, yeah.
And that's what Mac is. So that's why I like these characters, because they're
Yeah.
all relatable in their own way, and people can just see that with them.
You can
Yeah.
say this is a big hot take. You can say maybe possibly that it's almost like Gen V.
Oh yeah, I mean, in a way, yeah, you can say that these characters kind
But
of like
there is
Gen V.
a character that we haven't really touched up on yet. Max Shakur. Let's talk about him a little bit. So Max Shakur is someone who is like a nerd. He's very good with technology, right? But the rest of the team, Johnny Seawood, Bruston, Quinton, they kind of poked fun at him a lot. And eventually Shakur just is over it. He just gets irritated. So that's why he decides to leave the team. And maybe that could be relatable for some people. Maybe there's people out there that are bothering some
Yeah,
other
this kind of
person.
relates to not my personal experience, but what I've seen before. I ran cross country in high school. I still do it now, but there were some people on that team like that have been um, poked fun at a little bit to the point of quitting the team.
Hmm.
There have been some people that have told me I don't want to do this anymore because some of these kids keep making fun of me, which is why I think Mac's character is also very relatable. Um, he's just done. So I think Noah, you guys, you guys think that he plays Dr. Rodney the best. I think he plays Dr. Rodney very well, but I think he plays Mac Shakur the best of his characters.
I beg to differ. I think it's Dr. Ronnie, but I can see why you think that.
Yeah,
I think
and
Dr.
then
Ryan too,
also,
but I can see why you think that too.
yeah, also to add on, behind the scenes is also crazy too when we film these because we're
Somebody
us
doesn't
three.
edit in the videos when I ask for them.
Yeah,
But hey,
Aidan.
now I got the control. With this next movie, I'm in
Yeah.
control now. Justice.
What, me?
For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, usually behind the scenes when the bloopers play at the end of the movies, I'm usually like, oh wow, look at that scene, look at that scene. Which, by the way, hey, look at that scene right there, and right
This,
there.
this is a podcast. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
But anyway, as I was saying, I'd say like, oh, look at that scene, look at that scene, look at that, look at that. But then the editor doesn't edit in those scenes that I keep saying. So
Yeah,
Only
there's
blood, sweat, and tears I go through it each day. One day I spend 12 hours on one scene to just edit it.
closure.
wow. Yeah, me.
Well, actually, no, it was like
Oh,
3 parts to.
yeah,
There's
Rayman
more
versus Machete
manipulation.
was. Yeah,
That
Rayman
was
versus
the
Machete
longest.
was easy-ish to edit. It was a good start for me. It definitely took a while because I was just learning it. Also, for the no ones, I'm so glad that, again, it was such a good movie. We have a third movie, but we're not going to talk about it. We have a third one. Just keep that in mind. For
I'll
the
tease
no
it a little
ones,
bit. I'll tease it a little bit after this.
okay, yeah. So when we were making the no ones this past no one's movie, we actually almost canceled it, and I'm so glad we didn't, because me, Tyler, and Matthew were in the same grade. We have like the same type
No,
of.
these two are twins. These two are twins.
Yeah, we're twins. Us,
They're
me and
twins.
Tyler.
They're
So
twins.
Yeah, if you
so
didn't know.
we we all are on the same page here, but Noah, since he is younger, he has a different life. He's still going through high school still. He's still doing cross country practice. So it was very hard to find times that he was free to do things. And it eventually got to the point where we were waiting a while, and we don't want to take away Noah's freedom and his friends and stuff, because that's just that's not right. So I remember Matthew was like, should we just cancel this movie? And then we're like, I don't know, man. And I'm glad we didn't. That movie was fantastic. I'm glad we found the time. I'm glad Noah found the time. That's just a little bit of behind the scenes in case you
Yeah,
were
a little bit of
wondering.
mishaps happened, but we were able to get it
Yes.
out.
Yeah, that's all I have to say for MTA. That's the future for MTA. We'll probably in the next podcast probably get a little more in depth with the details of the seventh clone. How that's going? Because no one's dose and our third movie are definitely going to stay where they're at for a while now and not start filming. The scripts are probably going to stay the same, but we'll definitely let everybody know how the seventh clone is going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, Aidan from the seventh clone and no one's dose. This third one, the third and final movie in this Universal saga, is gonna be a big one. I'm the one writing the script. I'll say this right now. It's gonna be the longest movie we've ever made. I'll say that, and that's without a doubt, just because of how long the script has been taken to make and stuff. I also want to add that we are trying to find different locations to film. We're trying to stay out of where we usually film, which is the
Which has been hard.
which is the MTA, or it was the Mass Down Institution, which we gotta get out of there, of course. Um, it's where we started. It's been like every single movie that's in there. Luckily for no one's, it was not most of it was in there, so it was like outside other places, which was nice. So yeah, this one it's gonna deal with less of mass down institution and more of an apocalyptic feel. I'll say that.
Yeah. All right.
Very excited.
That's
Very
pretty
excited.
much it. I'd say.
That's
Yeah.
it.
That's
And
it.
that's it for all of these sections here. So
We're
there
all
we
done
go.
now. All right. Well,
Yeah.
I hope you guys enjoyed the
Yeah, our
first
first.
podcast of the three nostalgic friends. Again, we all met. Yeah, applause, applause. Again, we all met in preschool. We've known each other pretty much our whole life. We all love the same stuff, and we are excited for this next journey of starting a podcast. And Tyler, stop laughing. I saw you smirking down there.
I'm smiling.
Trying to do a
Yes,
heartfelt yeah, keep going.
but yes. It's going to be fun. We are excited for this podcast. We're excited for the future of this stuff. We hope that everything goes far, and we just gotta stay committed, and that's what we're willing to do. So, again, thank
And
you so much.
before y'all
Yeah.
start, I just gotta say this. Yes, the joke of the podcast is going to be a thing. I'll have like one dad joke in there every podcast. I don't care what anybody says. I'm doing it, or at least
Okay.
I'll try to. If there isn't one, there isn't one. But
I like it. I like it.
Okay.
All right. With that being
I
said,
won't try. I won't try too hard with that. I won't try too hard with that.
we hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for tuning in. Peace out.